So if you want to be successful in life, if you want success, number one, and we're going to talk about this a lot coming up, you got to have responsibility. Everybody say responsibility.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. What that means is, I'm going to write that up right here, is you can't be someone who makes excuses all the time. Who knows that? You guys know, you have any friends or anybody at school who makes excuses? Yeah, I mean, because when you make excuses, when you don't take responsibility, taking responsibility says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Taking 100% responsibility for your life. You got to take responsibility for your black belt training, your school homework. If you're blaming everybody else, that's what people who are low achievers do. You know what a low achiever is?
Yes.
Who knows what a low achiever is? What do you think?
A low achiever is a person who doesn't work a lot.
They don't work a lot. Yeah, you don't want to be a low achievers. Make up excuses. So we're going to have an attitude of no excuses. You take responsibility. It's up to me. Whatever you want to do in life, you have to accept that first and foremost. It's up to me. The second thing you got to do is, guess what? You got to set a goal. You can't set a goal if you don't first have responsibility. I can't say, I'm going to do this in the future if I don't tell myself first it's up to me. You see what I'm saying? So you got to have responsibility, take control over your life, quit making excuses, quit blaming the weather or the guy who sits next to you in class, quit blaming other people. That's what losers do. Take responsibility. Number two, set a goal. Who knows what a goal is? Juju, what's a goal?
It's like something that you want to do.
Something you want to do?
But you just can't.
Can't yet. It's in the future. What do you think, Emma? A target in your mind, Robert?
What you want to complete before your life ends.
What you want to complete before your life ends. If you did the homework, you wrote a whole bunch of goals. A lot of you guys have written the homework, and you guys have already set goals if you're in this class. Everybody in here in the black gi and the leadership has already set a goal because you're on the path to black belt. That's a big goal. All right. But that's not enough. You got to have responsibility. You got to take control. I'm going to do this. Number two, you set a goal. Okay, I'm going to be a black belt someday. I want to be a doctor someday. I'm going to be an astronaut, whatever. But then there's a third thing you got to have, and it's this word right here. Discipline. Discipline. Choosing a goal and sticking to it. If you choose a goal and you don't have any discipline, discipline meaning doing what you have to do, when you have to do it, whether you want to or not. That's discipline, okay? You got to have that. That's number three. Because if you don't have discipline, you're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to do what you have to do. So let's say you set a goal. Let's say you have some responsibility, and I want to be a doctor when I get older. And I set that goal. But if I don't have the discipline to get up and go to school or do my homework, am I going to hit that goal? No. If I set a goal for black belt, and I don't have the discipline to come to class, I don't try hard when I roll, am I going to get to black belt? So a goal by itself isn't enough. You got to have responsibility, quit blaming other people, set that goal in your mind, and then have the discipline, which is the one word that separates the greats from the average, as I say here in my sign, to keep going and doing what you have to do, whether you like it or not. That's kind of like the magic formula. So what I want to do now, before I turn you guys loose, this is going to be your next book for your book for the next 6 months in here. The Success Principles for Teens. And not everybody in here is a teen. Don't get hung up on the word teens. I can read this book. I've read this book. I know it's good for little kids who aren't quite teens yet. All right? If you don't know how to read real well yet, you can have your parents help you. But I'm going to help you too. But anybody who can read, I'm thinking 8, 9, 10. I know, Sinead, you can read this book. You guys can read this book. So, in a second, once we break, I want you to go see Clancy sitting over there. So you got a whole stack of these books. So if you got a black gi on, if you're in our leadership class, as soon as we break in just a second, go see Clancy and get your book, take it home, start reading it. Guess what the first chapter is about?
Responsibility.
Step one. If you don't have responsibility, you've got nothing in life. You are stuck where you are. All right, now we're going to do some jujitsu. All right, so on 3, 1, 2. All right, guys, go.